We had some great content that turned into some little scary content, so we're not talking about that.
Yeah, we're not going to say anything about that.
But hit your intro again, man.
Hey! I'm sorry, I don't know.
No, you're good. You're good. I just want to remix it today, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
No,
Got to throw the claps in there.
Every now and
Got to
then.
breathe in a little more.
You do. Let's see. Yo, I was watching Workaholics last night. You ever seen that show? That's pretty much you, me, and my buddy Brody.
I've never met Brody.
I have a friend named Brody, first of all, that just stop right there.
Okay.
Love this kid. This dude was one of my best friends when I was in the Army. And I can't tell you how many times he snuck off post to go to the nacho place. There's a nacho place in Augusta.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually pretty fire. He got out of the military.
Don't blame him.
No, me neither. He got out of the military and styled his hair like as an emo kid and exclusively wears it through a backwards hat. Mm-hmm. And he looks like TJ Detweiler when he does that, and I support it wholeheartedly. Do you remember Recess?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, shout out to Brody.
Shout out to Brody, even though I don't know you. But shout out.
He might be coming out to Arizona. Actually, dude, you want to hear something crazy? So I mentioned to my mom that, hey, my friend just got in the military. He might be looking for a place to live. So, it's cool that he texted me. And that was kind of it. I just left it alone. My mom was like, hey, he can move in with us. I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, just let him know that, our house is open to him. I was like, you don't even know this kid. She's like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, whoa, all right. Because, my mom's always been super cool and super giving with people. But, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
Because, she used to never let anybody in her house. I remember when she met one of my exes that you met, that I think you met her. She was a mistake. We'll talk about some stuff like that in here in a second. That was a mistake. But it's not like if she is listening to this, hopefully, first of all, she's 5 years older than me. So hopefully you understand what I mean by that. And if you don't, well, that's
you guys didn't meet at the right times.
And we also weren't the right people. And we also weren't the right situation. Just the whole thing was bro, you ever wake up and just be like, the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, every day.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
Actually, dude, I thought about it today. I'm kind of proud of myself for being really productive. Doing the podcast and then bringing back Reminiscent, I feel really good.
That's good. That's really good. And I like some of the stuff that you were showing me earlier. I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm going to start archiving stuff.
I envision the vision.
Thanks. Wake your mind up.
But, no, so my mom met this girl that I was dating, and my mom immediately was like, she's not the one. And I was like, how do you know that? I'm at the age now when my mom's like, she's not the right girl for you. My first answer is cool because we're not even dating. And my second answer is, okay, but how do you know that? Mm-hmm. Not in you don't know me, you don't know my life. I just want to know how, moms see that shit.
Yeah, dude.
That's all. I'm more concerned about the how than the what.
I don't know. I feel like my parents are a little different. I just don't trust them when it comes to women. Because they're really old school. They want me to marry an Albanian girl. And I'm just going to keep it at that.
Yeah. No, I mean, I just want to know, because I haven't really dealt with too much of that. Mostly because I am mixed. And we grew up in and around Asia. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah. Mm-hmm. So... And then we moved to Arizona, and we used to live in Texas, so I didn't really deal with too much of that. For my mom, it was she can tell certain things, and things that I didn't even really realize about myself. She did say something hilarious that I'm probably gonna catch some shit for though. So out of fucking nowhere the other day, and I'll let you finish this drink because you're gonna fucking choke it up. Pause.
Pause.
No, out of nowhere, my mom's like, "Oh, I get you, Braven." I'm like, that's not a good start.
I get you.
And she goes, you're lesbian.
What?
I was like, what does that mean? And my brother's like, no, that means he likes girls. He's good. And I was like, no, hold on. What's this mean? My mom's like, you only seem to like girls who are lesbian. I was like, okay, what do you mean? And she brought up a couple celebrities. A couple celebrities who I who I think are super cool. Not Ruby Riott, she's a wrestler. Ruby Rose.
Ruby, yeah.
A couple girls who are lesbian who I think are the fucking coolest people. And I was like, oh, no, I see where this is going. Like, I see what you mean by this.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, was that not the way to start it, though? Because, like, part of her is right. But it's not like I'm going after, like, oh, man, I just love lesbian chicks. I'm like, I'll meet a girl who has the temperament, who has, like, a certain temperament. Like, there's a certain attraction. You've been around some of the girls I've been with. Mm-hmm. And, like, there's a certain thing that, like, I'm always attracted to. And my mom's like, yeah, no. Like, if you were a chick, you'd 1,000% be lesbian. I was like, yeah.
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 I don't know.
Things your mom has never told you, probably?
No, my mom's never said that to me before.
Right, yeah, no, I mean, right, I know.
I grew up very different from American households.
Here's the best part. My parents weren't saying that my whole life.
Yeah, no, I got you. I'm not like trying to categorize
no,
in that
but
way.
It's weird. I'm just saying it's weird because, like, imagine how you grew up, right?
Yeah.
And now imagine that your dad, like, you came back, like, okay, imagine one summer you come back from New York, right? Mm-hmm. You remember that thing that you did, that, like, streetwear thing that you did?
Yeah,
imagine
you
came back from
sneaker,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, imagine you came back from that and your dad was like, hey, let's go to Old Town this weekend. You'd be like, what?
Dude, my dad and me in Old Town, or my dad and I, excuse me, in Old Town would be nuts.
But, like, imagine, like, your dad just saying that to you, like, out of fucking nowhere one day. You'd be like, excuse me? Stay home.
I'd be really suspicious.
Me too. Oh, I'm still suspicious.
Yeah.
When I'm like, yo, because since I live with my parents, I always give them a heads up where I'm going to be at. That way, like, even, but you're 25, you don't have, or 26, you don't have to. I know.
No, I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, no, it's not. It's just, what if something does happen to me?
It's that, yeah. It's like, yo, especially here, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially in Arizona. My goal is to not be on the news.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. My goal is to not be a hashtag.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's unfortunate that's how it is.
It's gotten shaky here a couple of times. I always carry my ID with me now because I remember when we were in high school, there was a mutual friend of ours that I was hanging out with a lot at the time and I don't really talk to anymore. Anyway, coming home from the gym one day, and we looked like brothers. Especially then, he wasn't as yoked as he is now, and I was a lot skinnier because I was running track, and we looked like brothers. And so this cop comes up next to us, and I was like, yo, I'll handle it. Don't say anything. I'll handle it.
Fuck.
And he's like, so who are you boys? Off rip, I'm like kind of pissed off already, because like, yo, if a cop calls you boy, like, dumb.
Yeah, that's mad racist.
Yeah, so I'm like, on the way home, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Do you remember the episode of Fresh Prince when they get pulled over by the cop in Palm Springs?
I do not.
There's an episode of Fresh Prince where Carlton and Will get pulled over, and Will doesn't say shit. He's just like, yo, don't talk. And Carlton's like, oh, hi, officer. We're just driving back to, and I was like, and it was kind of like that. Only this dude, like, he's from Inglewood, so he's been around. I was like, yo, I got this, because I'm way more to the point with stuff like that. Like, I kind of knew what was gonna happen, and so, and well, mostly the real reason why I didn't want him talking is because he didn't have his ID or anything on him. Because he the way that the gym is up here, like, he was there so much they used to just let him right in.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, whatever, dude, go ahead. Like, so I was like, all right, cool. I got my ID. Yo, I'll talk. Hey, where are you? Who are you boys? I'm like, on the way home. Just not even like the who. I'm like, no, we're on the way home. And he's like, oh really? You live around here? And this is like 2011. It was like 2011,
bro.
probably 2010, 2011. You live around here? Yep. Where do you live? Right around the corner up there. Because we were right where the baseball fields are.
Yeah.
I'm like, right around the corner. And he's like, oh, really? Yep. You guys, I've never seen you around here before. It's like, yeah, well, go to high school here. Just coming back from the gym. And he, like, kept pressing. And so he's like, how do I know you live here? And I was just like, well, I mean, you don't have to follow us. Like, I live around the corner.
Yeah.
And he goes, and, like, he just, like, kept pushing. And so eventually, like,
he was trying to do.
Yeah, he was.
Man.
And this is before Ferguson. This is before all the shit happened.
Yeah, man. This fucking
This is before
bullshit,
Trayvon.
bro.
This is like pre-Trayvon by like maybe a year or so.
Some bullshit.
And so I kept talking. I was like, yo, like, nope, just on the way home. And he's like, who's this? This is my brother. and like we weren't like we're not even brothers. Like we just kind of look similar to some people, because you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we kind of look similar to certain people, like, and so I'm like, no, this is my brother, and my boy just kind of looks at me, and I was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
He's like, oh really? I'm like, yeah. He's like, where do you live? I'm like, well, you know, his ID's in my bag, but here's mine right. And he looked, and it was like right around the corner. He's like, all right, cool. And so we got back, and we waited, and the cop just like sat there.
Fuck him, bro.
Because the thing is, my homeboy, he lived one street away from me.
Yeah, like not even.
So I was gonna walk
away.
him home, and I was like, fuck it, because I was just gonna walk in with him, and I was gonna like, yo, just let me chill here for like half an hour. And then I was like, oh shit, I said that we lived in my house, so I just took him to my house. And we just kicked it for like 45 minutes, and then he was like, "All right, cool, I can bounce now," because it was like 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because you know the light shut off at 10.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "All right, cool, I'll just walk home." And so I was like, "All right, bet." And I walked him back to his house, and then I walked back to my house because I had my ID and shit. But like that's how it was in 2012. That's how it was when we had Obama as president.
It's a fucking shame, dude.
You think I'm going anywhere in Arizona without people? Number one. Like, especially because it's crazy. I was thinking about this the other day. You are my only friend in Arizona who can be called white.
Yeah, I guess.
No, because I was like, there's a bunch of people that we went to the clubs with and stuff. All of them black dudes, a bunch of, like, a couple of African girls, a couple, like, Mexican girls, like, my friends from Sonora, who yesterday texted me and she's like, "Don't you speak Spanish?" And I was like, "I've been telling you this for like 2 years."
I'm not Dominican.
Or Puerto Rican or Cuban. She thought I was Mexican. She's like, "You told me you were Mexican?" I was like, "No, I didn't."
I never said that.
You told me I was Mexican.
Yeah.
Like, no, I never said. But no, it's just one of those things where it's like, no, if we're going somewhere, we're going with people.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going, it's not going to be me just dolo. Fuck that. Especially downtown. Especially like if I'm going to the movies dolo, like that's one thing. And the best part, I've gotten some crazy looks like at Texas Roadhouse, like because that can get a little bit sketchy sometimes, which is hilarious to me because it's right next to a mellow mushroom.
It's fucking stupid, man.
It is. But I've gotten some sketchy looks, and the best part, like, so I rolled up one day because I meet my parents there for dinner. Like on Fridays, I'll meet my parents up there and just say what's up because they work. I get off like 10 minutes earlier than they do. And by the time we both get to where we're going, we're at the same place. So we just meet up for dinner on Fridays. And it's hilarious because like I was blasting some crazy like Vic Mensa, like definitely some fuck cops, fuck Donald Trump type shit.
16 shots type shit.
I think I was bumping 16 shots.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Yo, shout out Vic Mensa.
Yeah.
Because anytime your hook goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, fuck 12.
Yeah.
That's a hard ass hook.
It is. That was a good album too.
It's a really good album. But no, I bumped that, and people are looking at me a little bit crazy because like, the whole thing is like fuck cops, fuck Donald Trump. Oh, what was that song that he made? Oh my goodness! And out of nowhere, he's like, "Yo, fuck Bill O'Reilly." Mm-hmm. So like that's what I'm bumping, and I pull into the military veteran parking space.
Hell yeah!
And I'm 26, and people look at me all crazy. Like this one dude, he's like, "Hey, you know where you parked?" And I pull out my ID. I was like, "Yeah, military veteran." Did you serve? He's like, "Oh, never mind."
Oh yeah, shut the fuck up.
Get the fuck out of here, Call of Duty ass veteran. But no, it's just fucking like. That's the only time, and I probably shouldn't have done that, but I was kind of feeling myself that day because I was like, my jacket was dope, legit. That was the only reason I was like, yo, this jacket's ill.
Hell yeah, dude. Whenever you're feeling yourself, you gotta show out. You gotta show off a little bit.
So here's one thing that happened last night. Okay, you know what? There's two things that happened last night. One of them is a legitimate subject, and one of them is something I know we'll be able to go off on for a while. So this chick texts me at like 11:30, and like I work with her, and we kind of like flirted here and there. Mm-hmm. And she goes, "Hey, Braven." I was like, "Yo, what's up? I haven't heard from you for a while, Killer. What's good?" And she's like, "I'm not interested." And I was like, "In what?"
Yeah.
Which, first of all, like, in what? It's funny. And I was like, "In what?" And like, so here's the thing, man. I'm playing 2K. Like, I'm chilling. I'm playing 2K, and I got cookies and cream Pocky.
Hell
Chilling.
yeah.
Not doing shit. And she, like, an hour later, she's like, I'm flattered at what you're trying to be, but I'm not interested. And so part of me was like, oh shit, like I got denied. And then the other part of me was like, but I don't give a shit. So
yeah.
So she sends me that, and I just kind of thought for a second, and I was like, first of all, I've been knew that. Mm-hmm. Like, because you can tell, like, you can tell. I was like, first of all, I've been knew that. And, like, you were someone who was kind of fun to flirt with at work sometimes. Like, don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. It's cool. Especially now that we're not working, we're never going to see each other. Like,
facts.
That's what I've been thinking about a lot, man. Like, after this whole work from home thing is over, like...
Well, apparently, Trump said that coronavirus peaked and he's going to open everything up on May 1st.
I don't believe him.
I don't believe it at all. Not because I don't like Trump, but just because it doesn't seem like it's peaked.
You have entire countries on a complete lockdown.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we can't go back to what we were doing.
You have cases that are still on the rise.
Yep.
And you're going to reopen?
It's not a good idea.
That's why the people who are like, oh, he's going to run the government like a business. I'm like, that's stupid.
No comment. It's not a political podcast.
It's not. But, like, you can't make money off of, like, businesses sell products.
Yep.
Just from that alone. Mm-hmm. Like, businesses sell products. What is the United States selling?
Yeah.
Right. Like, it doesn't...
We're apparently in debt. I don't know to who, but...
Nobody knows to who.
We're just like $1 trillion in debt.
Because I'm like, yo...
$1 trillion is nuts.
I feel like somebody, when they saw $1 trillion, was like, fuck it. Mm-hmm. Like, you ever been somewhere? It's like, okay. You ever been, like, high as shit at McDonald's?
Multiple times.
And your bill's like $35?
Okay, no, it's never been that high.
And you're like, fuck it.
It's never been that high, but yeah, I've been...
Yo, I'm already 80 McNuggets deep, fuck it. I didn't say it was a good idea.
No, it's not a good idea. 80 nuggets is disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
How did you not die?
I had like 2 other people.
Oh, okay, never mind.
No, wait, I was in LA. I had like 4 other people. Yeah, that's all.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense now. Yeah.
Well, no, that one time. No, last time I went to McDonald's with you, I was actually surprised. Because, like, that triple cheeseburger is a monster.
I ate 2 of those bitches. And I ate the McGangbang with the triple cheeseburger, boy, with the hot and spicy. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. But yeah, I mean, I'm doing the whole vegan thing now, so.
No, I can't wait to go back to green.
Yeah, dude, me too.
Yo, first Friday in green? That sounds lit.
First Friday, green, then Cobra.
Oh, dude.
That's a good mix.
That's a good-ass night.
That's a good night right there. Yeah. Once everything really opens, let's do that.
I'm still wearing masks, bro. Fuck it.
Oh, yeah, facts. I got my surgical mask for good.
You got a fire one, or you got like a regular?
No, a regular.
Oh, no, man.
Regular,
you got
regular.
out here with like a Gucci one.
I wish I had a Gucci one.
Yeah, me too.
Or a Louis Vuitton one.
Actually, I still want that Bape one.
Christian Dior.
Rest in peace, Pop Smoke.
Yo, man, for real.
Who was I listening to today that said something about Pop Smoke? Oh, the baby. He had like a freestyle type thing today. My friend just sent it to me. Mm-hmm. And he said, she made me go woo like I'm Pop Smoke. And I was like, no, it's fine.
That's good.
You ever hear like certain bars where like, yo, is this okay? And they're like, oh yeah, no.
It's not bad. It's a dedication to Pop Smoke.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad at that. If he would have said something like nuts.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yo, chill.
But she said sent the Addy like Pop Smoke. I don't know.
Fuck.
I don't know.
Pop Smoke is such a fucking sick name.
Mm-hmm. Bro, he was really on the rise.
Oh, yeah, dude. No, he totally was. I wish we could have seen him with Push. Because Push was going to make him that dude on his label.
Push he's going to put him on Good Music?
No, Push has his own label now.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's why I love Push so much, because Push is low key.
He's super low key.
You know that Push made the McDonald's jingle and the Arby's jingle?
Dude, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's getting bread off the Arby's jingle.
He's getting royalties off that shit. That's fucking.
Because he said he did
right
the McDonald's one for like $500,000, and then he saw that they kept it for like 15 years. And so when they asked him to do the Arby's one, he was like, "Nah, I want percentages."
That's smart.
Yeah.
Because 500,000 once is not enough.
That's what I think it was Joe Budden, where he was like, $500,000 is a lot when you're 22.
Yeah.
But then when you've been in the game for 15 years, it's not that much.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wonder, like, this stimulus check, when it hit, it was a lot of money to me.
Oh, yours came in?
Yeah.
Lucky you.
That's how I got the logos.
That's facts.
Stuff, yeah.
That's facts.
I'm actually working on a trademark. Holy shit, dude. Jesus
It's a lot of work, man.
It's a lot of work. And the reason why I'm bugging on it is because it was like, all right, cool. How many, like, have you already used this logo? I'm like, yeah. Like, cool. We're going to need you to date and sign from the beginning of when you first started using the logo for these.
Fuck that. You know Supreme hasn't trademarked their shit?
Really?
Yeah.
Is that why everybody can do a fucking box?
Yeah, probably. They don't care, though. Like, Supreme doesn't give a fuck.
I thought about just saying fuck it. I really did, because I was like, you know, who fucking cares? Who's going to steal it? And I thought about it, I'm like, a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, if they get the chance.
I mean, just send me the Addy. We're going to slide.
Facts.
If that happens.
Facts. How far would you be willing to go to beat someone's ass?
To Temecula.
Damn. It's actually mad far. That's what I said. It's like 5
You don't
hours.
get that joke?
No.
You don't understand that joke? Fuck, man. Never mind. I'm not going to get into it.
I'm not going to lie. All I was thinking was Matt Barnes.
Okay, yeah, Matt Barnes. I'll drive 30 hours to beat someone's ass.
Matt Barnes is one of my favorite quotes. He's like, you know, violence isn't the answer, but sometimes it is.
That's real shit. That is real shit.
So I was watching Showtime has a podcast, and I think it's called Up in Smoke or All the Smoke, and it's Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes, which is basically like, yo, these two niggas will fight you.
Facts.
And maybe shoot you. Steven Jackson has a tattoo of praying hands holding a Glock.
Does he really?
Yeah. And he said it's because he prays he'll never have to use his gun again. Which also is real. A fire tattoo.
That's a fire bar right there.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like some West Side Gun shit.
Yeah.
Yo, praying hands with the Glock.
Praying I don't use it.
Shout out to Action Bronson saying just enough shit that makes you think he's in the mafia, and then he follows it up with a dick joke. He'll be like, yo, and he'll say something like, oh, what was it on? Well, I had Do-Rag versus Headband.
Yeah, okay.
Like, he would say, like, shit that it's like, yo, is this dude in the Albanian mafia? And then the next song is like, the special of the day is white snake and underwear
with sauce.
And you're like,
that's Baby Blue.
Nah. Like,
yeah.
Nah. Actually, there's certain people that, like, when I see them, I'm like, I'm not sure if you're in the mafia, but you definitely seen some shit. I don't know if you've done shit. You've definitely seen shit, though.
Action's definitely. Body for sure. He's been to Rikers, bro.
What?
He's been to Rikers,
I didn't know Body's been to Rikers.
He's been to Rikers, man. He's seen some shit.
What Body go to Rikers for?
Who knows?
Oh, shit.
Who knows?
Shout out to Mayhem.
Extortion.
Yeah, I can see that. Yo, Body's gonna come through like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's gonna be on the pod. Yo, imagine Big Body Best on our podcast.
That'd be dope.
That'd be dope as shit.
I would actually want that whole crew. I would want
Mayhem.
I would
Alchemist.
really want Mayhem. I feel like Mayhem is a dude who, like, because do you remember that episode of Fuck That's Delicious when they went to, like, Alaska?
Yeah.
And he was, like, chilling on the water and all he did was fish the entire time that he was there?
Yeah.
Like, I was watching that, I'm like, yo, Body doesn't want to be from New York. Or not Body, Mayhem doesn't want to be from New York. Like, I think that would be something like, I can totally see Mayhem being like, yo, I go upstate and I just have a cabin that doesn't even have internet.
I could see that. I could see that with this Ralph Lauren shit.
Yeah, yeah. I can kind of see that with action too, but in a little bit different of a way, where like all he has is like a yacht,
A yatch.
a yacht that like he cooks on, and like that's it.
Oh yeah.
You know, I can kind of.
I need a nice grill on my yacht.
On your what?
On my yatch.
We had to redo the backyard yesterday. My mom, or not yesterday, Sunday. My mom was wanting to fix it up, and so we had to throw away one grill, which is like throwing away grills is hilarious to me because like.
Where do you throw it away?
Yeah, but oh shit, we're throwing away the fucking charcoal one too. Fuck. Damn it.
Shit.
I don't really like propane.
I don't like propane either.
I could cook that shit on my stove.
Yeah, facts.
But alright, whatever. That's not my backyard.
Exactly.
But no, I want to get one of those joints like when you go to like the really cool Asian restaurants, the Korean ones, or the Japanese ones too. I think it is Japanese because I had it when I was in Japan. It's Korean barbecue, but I had it last time I was in Japan, which flex.
Flex.
But it's like in the table.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I would love to have that.
Oh, like the grill inside. Yeah.
And like all you did was
bro,
like,
that's my thing. That's what I want whenever I get my own house. I want like a flat top grill, like in a restaurant, and like have my own like little mini deep fryer.
Yeah, have fun cleaning those ranges, bro.
I know how to clean it. You just get a grill brick, fucking throw some oil down. I know how to clean those.
Why does everybody make it sound so hard?
It's not hard.
Is it time consuming?
No, dude. You just throw some oil on the grill, get the grill brick, and just scrub it out.
I don't know why everybody makes it sound so hard. People are like, holy shit, you gotta clean the range.
What's the range? Hold on.
The thing on up top.
Oh, are you talking about the hood?
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta clean the hood. Of course you gotta clean the hood. Of course you gotta clean the hood, but who cares?
Yeah, that's true.
It's not that much of a fucking hassle. You just take.
Plus, if you have enough kids, you
have to throw it in degreaser. That's it.
Yeah, sure.
That's all.
If you have kids, you don't have to do work, right?
Yeah, that's true. It depends on who you grew up with.
No,
or who your parents were.
I feel like if you have kids, like, I don't think my mom. So here's what like really explains my mom in a nutshell. We were going to church like a lot at the time, and they kept talking about like treating ladies or ladies being ladies, which is basically code for women should only wear dresses and not talk in church. And my mom hilariously one day. So my mom's always been super independent. And one day we're walking into somewhere, and my mom, like we're all talking, me, my two brothers, and my mom, we're all just hanging out. My mom just stops in front of the door. And we keep talking like no big deal. I was like, hey, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm a lady. Open the door for me. And me and my brothers were like, what? Like, what are you talking about? She's like, oh, what? Am I not a lady now? And like, we're like, no, you missed the point. It was just stopping in front of a door and just sitting there for 10 minutes, not telling anybody that that's your new stance. Just at 12:30 on the Thursday, just being like, oh, hey, by the way.
Yeah, just out of nowhere.
Yeah. Stop being weird, Mom. But, no, like, not sure where that was going, but,
Kid Cudi dropped.
Kid Cudi dropped.
Yeah.
How you feel about it?
I like it a lot.
Know what I thought was kind of interesting? Because he's done this kind of iconography a couple times. This was what? Leader of the Delinquents, right?
Yeah, Leader of the Delinquents.
Leader of the Delinquents, and he was also the Lord of the Sad and Lonely.
Yep.
Has he ever called himself King? Or King Wizard?
King Wizard, yes.
But just, like, it's interesting, like, what he sees himself as.
He sees himself as the voice of the youth.
Pretty sure that's a Cudi bar.
Yeah. He's definitely the voice of the youth, in my opinion.
Do you think that his youth is changing, or that his youth is always there? I feel like I don't think I've ever met an ex Kid Cudi fan.
Oh no, even after Speed and Bullet to Heaven, he still had fans.
Yeah, I've met a couple ex when Speed and Bullet to Heaven came out, I was like, I met a couple people like that. But then I feel like Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying completely flips you back.
Yeah, it did. It did, definitely. I
was
listening to that today.
Frequency, I was like, oh.
Yeah, Frequency, and the music video is crazy to it.
It is.
And dude, seeing him live was crazy with the confetti coming down on when Surfing was playing, like confetti dropping and shit. That shit was fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude, that was crazy. I saw him in LA at Camp Flower now.
Yep.
And that moment with like 1,500 people, it was probably more than that.
For sure, it was more than that.
But that moment with like however many people were there, no, it was a lot more because I was in the parking lot of Exposition Park. It had to have been over 3,000 to 4,000. No, because I've been to. Where'd you see him?
saw him at Mesa Amphitheater.
Oh, that's easily like 2, 3, right? 2 or 3.
There's a lot of people there, bro.
Was it standing room or did they have seats?
No, it was standing room.
Oh shit! No, you can pack a lot of people.
It was a huge amount of people. Like, the mosh pit was insane.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, I wasn't expecting it to be crazy, but like it was crazy. There's a lot of ragers out there.
Oh hell yeah. Well, I feel like a lot of us never really stopped. Like, doing what we were doing, we just kind of changed it a little bit.
Definitely not.
Like, I feel like a lot of people, they just went from like... That's, you know what? I was thinking about that. Because I was thinking about that, that what we were talking about with Chance the Rapper.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think really any of us ever grew up. Like, me and my friends that, like, I'm still cool with, I don't think we ever, like, grew up.
I don't think we ever really grow up.
I think some people think they do.
In some aspects, we do.
Do you remember what I said to you when you were like, yo, I'm going to be 30 soon? Like, what do you think we'll be doing? We had that conversation one time. Do you remember?
I don't.
So...
Sorry, my memory is horrible.
No, you're good. You're good. So, like...
I'm about to be 30, so...
Yeah, right. So, like... You were like, man, what are we going to do when we turn 30? And I was like, dog, when we were 17, we were sitting on the stoop talking about bullshit. And now, when we're in our 20s, we're sitting on a podcast talking about bullshit.
Yeah. Still doing the same shit.
When we're in our 30s, we'll probably have a TV show talking about some bullshit.
I see this going to that point.
What's your... Okay, let me ask you this, because I don't think we've ever really discussed this. What's your goal? Like, the perfect life you imagine for yourself.
Huh. You know what? I can't answer that. Let's get back to it next podcast.
Okay.
Or let me think about it. Give me...
Yeah.
I see myself in a nice penthouse.
Where? New York?
Somewhere downtown Phoenix.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd stay here?
Yeah, I'd stay here.
Okay, I'm a little surprised.
It's a lot cheaper.
That's true.
Even if I become rich and famous or whatever, I still would live here. I grew to love Arizona.
My brother said that too.
Yeah, I grew to love Arizona.
My brother here is...
There's a lot of potential out here, and I want to expose it.
Yeah, but yeah.
All the artists and everything.
Yeah. Well, that's what my whole brand is for, is to like help artists.
Yeah, exactly. Starving artists, man. That's what we are.
And that's what I want. That's what I wanted to do. My dad was asking me. He's like, "Well, what if people start going to other?" Actually, it wasn't my dad. My brother. My brother's like, "Well, what if like you find a rapper and he gets signed to Sony?" I'm like, "Good."
Yeah.
Because like the way that I want to run this like college football program.
Mm-hmm. Like recruiting.
Kind of, but like Alabama can replace everyone on there, and I don't mean replace like replace like, but Alabama's pumping out so much talent that's so good that people eventually took notice on Alabama. They're like, holy shit. So if I can just constantly have an artist that's like, even if you go on to bigger and better things, it's just one of those things where it's like, man, a lot of artists are coming from the starving artist.
Yeah. Yep.
Because like I've never really given a shit about fame or money. Like money matters because money is power.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of my thing. I just want to create.
Yeah.
I just want to create. That's all I want to do.
I was listening to Sturgill Simpson last night, and my brother was like, "This album again?" I'm like, "Yo, I fucking love this album."
Yeah.
It was funny because I listened to his other stuff, and it's okay, but it's like super country. Mm-hmm. And of course, the one album that I like by him is the one that's like, "Yo, fuck country, we're gonna make some techno anime rock." I'm like, "Yeah." But I was listening to him, and he has a song called "Make Art, Not Friends," and I posted it last night on my Instagram, and I was thinking about it because I was like, damn, I wonder if Richi's gonna feel some type of way about this. Just because like I'm sensitive when I think about shit like that. I'm like, I wonder if Richi's gonna feel some type of way about this, or like any of the people that. And then it hit me. There's this quote. You remember the Generation X in the NWO?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So Kevin Nash, I'm a huge wrestling fan, so I was watching a wrestling documentary, and Kevin Nash was talking about why he left WWF to go to WCW. And he goes, the only two things that stay with you in wrestling, or something like this, he says like, He's like, the only things that last are friends and money. I've got friends, so let's go make money.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I'm at now.
Exactly.
Like, I've made a bunch of friends. I've got people I legit call, like, okay, these are my best friends.
Yep.
Richi, probably some other people, Brody, and Josie are probably the only two. Oh, and I call her my mom. She's not my real mom, but like, shout out to her because she took care of me a lot. Just and I've got a couple. Allison is another one of those people. I've got some friends that like I love them to death. Like they are legit family. I've got some other friends that like I'm calling you first.
Yeah.
If we're gonna go somewhere, like I'm calling you first. Then I got some other friends that's like, I'm not mad. I'm gonna shoot you this funny thing I saw on IG, and you're in that first list.
Yeah.
And then there's some people I'm just like
acquaintances.
Yeah. And it sucks being a military brat because I have a lot of those kind of friends that like we used to be super close, and now we're just like, eh.
Yeah.
But I mean, the fact that we still talk is crazy. Like my friend just posted a picture the other day. He's like, "Yo, happy birthday, mom." I was like, "Hey, tell your mom I said happy birthday." He's like, "Got you." Like I know that it doesn't really look like it means much, but but being close enough to know somebody's mom is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Which like everyone was when you were like 10.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, me being able to, like, I flew back home to Hawaii, and I told my homeboy, I'm like, "Yo, I'm in Hawaii," and he goes, "All right, cool. Let me know where you're at, and I'll try to come see you." And when I read "try to come see you," I was like, "All right, whatever."
Yep.
And then he actually came through.
Oh hell yeah!
Like he came through, said what's up, we chilled for a while, and he was like, "Yeah, I would have been out here earlier, but it's Tuesday and my class doesn't get out till noon."
Oh hell yeah!
I was like, "Oh shit," because like, you know how when you're on vacation, like I don't give a fuck that it's Thursday.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's kind of how it was. And like my friend, when I go to LA, I got one friend like that who I was like, "Hey, mom, just let you know, I'm in LA right now," and she's like, "All right, cool." But she has 2 kids. She's a single mom, 2 kids. She works as a teacher and also a tutor, and also her kids do like dance and football and basketball.
Oh yeah,
So I was like, "Listen, you tell me."
Yeah.
She's like the one person that I'm not, like the one friend that like, you know how you got that friend who like they're never gonna text back.
Yeah.
You're just like whatever. She's that one friend who like, okay, I know you're probably not gonna text me back today, but it's probably because you had like 5 different practices that you signed your own kid up for and then forgot about. Like,
yep.
She's like, damn, because I called her one day. I was like, hey, you know what's going on? She's like, I don't have a lot of time. I'm like, you never do. That's why I call you. Like, I call her when I'm getting off work. I call her like when I'm on the way somewhere else because her only time to talk is like 15 minutes at a time driving from from place to place. But like, yeah, so like that kind of thing, like I'm cool with. But other than that, like, I'm kind of at the point now where it's like, listen, if we're not already cool, sorry.
Yeah.
I have other shit I'm working on now. Especially now, like with you and the brand, like with Reminiscent, it's going to be crazy. Like you're only going to talk to the people that you already have a pre-established relationship with.
Facts.
Plus with the quarantine, I think that's my favorite part about the quarantine. There's no fucking distractions.
No, there isn't. And like I have a lot more free time. So like today I just got inspired to make a design and I made it.
It looks good.
Thank you.
I'm excited to see what you do with it. I'm really, really excited.
Yeah, that. And I'm going to try and make some other stuff so I can keep it in the archive. So whenever all this stuff gets sold out, start, another collection.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I'm definitely going to come out with like the actual magazine.
Oh, shit.
Like I kind of want to do that.
Like a lookbook?
A catalog.
Oh, okay.
Catalog lookbook. I call it a magazine because I'm old, but you get what I'm saying.
No, there's
a lookbook, like a physical lookbook.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit you can do with that.
Yeah.
Who do you have model?
Who do I have as a model? I don't know yet, but I could find some people.
No, like who would you? Like, would you actually go get like people, or would you just go get? Like...
Would I get actual models? Yeah, of course.
Would you?
Yeah, I'd pay them.
No, I mean, of course you're gonna pay them, but like, or would you just get like homies that you know to also?
Well, no, homies too, of course. Yeah, like I'm not gonna get actual models. Like, they obviously got to have some. I don't know, dude. Like, I just want to keep it like simple.
Yeah. Yeah, that's more
like I don't want it to be like too crazy, but I do want to make like videos and promos and stuff for it because I have this crazy idea that I came up with like 2 years ago. So I got inspired by. Did you ever see that Denzel Curry video when he like was a mime or a clown?
Yeah.
I have like this idea of me having the same makeup on, but instead of the circle around my eye, I'm gonna have the broken heart dripping down. And then like in the video, I was just gonna, cause I have an SS. Slight flex. I have an SS and a white Camaro, so black and a white Camaro. I'm gonna like, I don't know, like incorporate the cars in there because the mime is gonna. What am I trying to say? Fuck, dude, I always lose my train of thought. The mime is gonna represent like greed and all these bad things, you know. So I'm gonna make a character out of myself. And that's gonna be
shit.
Yeah. So it's gonna be like an alter ego, basically.
Yeah, that's good.
And I haven't came up with the name for the mime, but yeah, I paid for the makeup and everything, so like it's gonna get done soon.
Cool.
So
that's a really good idea.
Yeah, like it's gonna, greed and hate and jealousy and everything. Like he's gonna be like a Joker in a way, you know.
That's why I think what I've noticed with a lot of brands too is I think the one thing that I've seen with a lot of brands is like when you look at like a great example is Supreme is a good example.
Yep.
Bape was a good example. Fuck the Population is an amazing
FTP,
example.
Yep.
Yeah,
They know what they're doing.
But like when you look at their clothes, they're not anything crazy insane.
No, not at all. It's very simple.
The whole like ethos and everything around
the aesthetic around it and everything. Yep.
Because I was like, man, like FTP is dope, but like, why would I? And then this dude's like, yeah, we used to get raided all the time because people thought we were selling yay out of our t-shirt store. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, the owner, he has to wear a freaking ski mask when he does interviews for FTP.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know.
I watched one, but like,
because apparently he's like a real goon, bro. Like he's a real hitter type shit. Like he's about that life, you know. And I don't mean goon in a bad way, but
I got you. Yeah. With how we talk, we really don't need like FTP and Big Body Best coming at us.
No, exactly. Like it's all love, bro. Like I respect what they do. Like especially since they like got on the scene like that.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of what I want to do. I want to do like guerrilla advertisement.
You know, it's a great. I'll send you some of this.
Like I'm saying this to not incriminate myself. I'm gonna give stickers to a bunch of people, to hopefully they could like slap it in different places all over Phoenix.
You know what I really want to do? I want to do some like guerrilla concerts.
Yeah.
Like wheel out like a fucking shitty speaker somewhere, and just blast some music right after a D-backs game.
That'd be hard.
And then bail once the cops show up.
That'd be hard.
It's crazy.
Yep. And just leave the speaker there.
Actually, because I'm a tech guy and because I used to work IT, what I really want to do is spray paint QR codes.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Like I want to tag shit with QR codes.
That'd be dope.
Okay, so I'll tell you this because I got a lot of ideas. Short term, what I really want to do, especially like if I can get maybe I'll do this for my own music, but I'm not sure if it'll fit the aesthetic. But what I would really like to do is do all these guerrilla concerts and then leave a QR code behind at like every single one of them, but like in a different spot. And those QR codes bring you into like an augmented reality game where you scan a QR code and it takes you to like a dude's Instagram account and you're solving the puzzle.
Yeah.
As it comes out, and then like the more people that you see solve the puzzle, it's like, oh shit, well, a new track dropped. It's like, oh cool, well, all right, this just released.
Yeah.
And eventually people release like the whole album. I haven't figured out how I want to do that yet.
You will.
And like, I'm not in. The thing is, like, because I had a couple ideas, and one of the people I actually had him in mind, but I have one idea for a group that I've really been kicking around a lot, called Luxury, but with 3 X's.
Okay.
And the idea came from this rapper named Sparkmaster Tape, and I don't think I've ever showed you Sparkmaster Tape. This dude's fucking insane. So what he does, shout out to Spark, because I've talked to him like 3 or 4 times on Instagram or Twitter. I mean, just shout out to the whole platoon, man. Shout out to Sparkmaster Tape. Shout out to oh shit, what's his name? Shout out to AO Charlie. Shout out to Paper Platoon, his whole producing crew. Shout out to Alches Von Doom. Like, shout out to everybody in that crew because the shit that they're doing is nuts.
Yeah.
So, first of all, nobody knows where any of these guys are from. Mm-hmm. There's theories he's from the UK because he had a hard time getting a visa to tour in America. So, there's theories that he's not American, which I can kind of see. There's theories that he might be a rapper whose name was like Last Poet Standing. Mm-hmm. Because Last Poet Standing disappeared like off the face of the earth, and like a year later, Sparkmaster Tape showed up, and had like a very similar flow and aesthetic. So there's a bunch of theories like that out there. But and we're back.
Hey.
But this dude Sparkmaster Tape, so they think that he might be two of like 3 people. Personally, I don't care. Because the whole aesthetic is, and I'll see, he did an interview with Noisy. So I heard about him because I went to a Run the Jewels concert.
Yeah.
And Run the Jewels was bringing on this dude named Sparkmaster Tape. And I was like, who the fuck is Sparkmaster Tape? Like, what kind of name is that? Because there's another dude whose name was like Cuz. And I was like, okay, I can see that. Like, and then it turns out that so I Googled him and he did like a bunch of songs in Atlanta with not Chance the Rapper, with Killer Mike. Okay. I was like, that makes sense. And I heard about this dude named Sparkmaster Tape, and I was like, huh. I don't know who the fuck that guy is. Mm-hmm. And just kind of let it roll. Whatever. Started listening to some of his music, I'm like, this is kind of whatever. Because he's got like this whole gimmick where he's like super distorted and like he talks with a voice modulator.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is fine. And then I listened to another like 2 or 3 songs, I was like, yo, this is kind of fucking dope.
Yeah.
So, I went on YouTube and I was like, all right, let's see what this dude's about. So I just typed in Sparkmaster Tape. First video is an interview with him and Noisy. Vice's like music.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that's not the first one. First, a bunch of his videos are like music videos. And so I'm watching them, and it's like kind of your standard rap video, like a girl's ass and like a bunch of guns and shit. But like, this shit felt like The Purge. Like, everybody's wearing masks and like hanging out like expensive ass cars, but like Range Rovers out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
That's some mafia shit. And
like everybody's got like, they're wearing like tactical shit. That's what bugged me out.
Yeah,
it's like everybody, like, you seen that rumor video, the dude who sang, the singer who's like singing about drug dealing, like you seen that one that went around? It was like the Rascal Flatts thing.
Nah.
Did you? Okay, so this dude, I'll tell you about that later because he's coming out with some shit. I'm interested in him. But this dude is like completely masked up. The thing that jumped out to me too, nobody's rapping in the video. You know how most videos, like, they'll do their shit, but then they'll come back and it's like, oh cool, there's ASAP.
Yeah.
Nobody's rapping. It's all like distorted visuals that are like kind of like almost like old VHS. Like, it looked like if you recorded your rap video over a snuff film. Mm-hmm. And like, so he's rapping and he's like getting after it. I'm like, yo, this shit's fire. And he spells his words really differently. So like he spells everything with 2 Ks. Mm. So it's like, yo, we're in, what's the word? Oh, we're in the camp and it's like KKAMP. Like, he spells everything like that. And he doesn't, like, so I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was hoping it wasn't some gang shit. I don't think it is. I think it's just for the aesthetic.
Yeah.
But everything that he's talking about is like, yo, this sounds gritty and it sounds real. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like when you watch like a real street fight, like, and it's like just kind of messy and dirty, and you're like, oh shit. So I'm like, okay, cool. This is different. Like, this is unique. Like, because I hadn't seen really at that point somebody doing something that was like aesthetically unique and also gritty.
Yeah. Because
like, most people that were doing like aesthetically unique things were either like super artsy, like like Childish Gambino's a great example.
Yeah,
it was like really, really artsy and unique, or they were doing like gritty shit because they had to, like Bobby Shmurda, or they were like, even if they were gritty dudes, they were doing it in like a really kind of like, it felt like Goodfellas or something like that. Like Pusha T was kind of doing like,
okay,
like all of Pusha T's
felt
videos,
like drug dealer music.
Yeah, this dude felt like yo, after this, we're going to go rob somebody.
I got to check him out.
Yeah, I'll show you some shit later.
Yeah.
Yo. And so, all his shit is word of mouth. That's the craziest shit. So, all of his shit is word of mouth. So, like, what he does is fucking nuts. Is like, he'll go out, and he got one video that he just said, like, at the end of the video, it just says, all of this was given, or well, like, all this footage was given by members of the platoon. Because he called him, he's the general, and then Alcius Von Doom, and like A.O. Charlie, and Flamboyant Freddy. That's the other dude. He's a singer.
Okay.
Flamboyant Freddy, but like you never see any of these dudes' faces. I kind of think they're all the same person. I really do.
It could be some Tame Impala shit.
I think so. I think they're all the same person. I think it's all one person, or I think it's like fucking like 20 people.
Yeah.
Because the way that he raps is, there's a couple things that jumped out at me. I don't think he's black because he's never said nigga. Mm-hmm. So I don't think he's black. Or he does it as a choice because now everybody can rap his words.
Okay.
So I think it's one of the two. He talks a lot about like really abstract like things. Like there's a lot of like religious iconography and stuff like that, but it's juxtaposed with like straight up like not even drug dealer. This feels like some Eastern European like, yo, we sell guns type shit. Mm-hmm. That's what it feels like. And I gotta show you this, dude. But one of the videos is like, yo, thank you for posting, thank you for giving us all this footage. A lot of y'all we weren't gonna use because it would have been incredibly incriminating. And like he's saying this right after we're seeing a video of some chick like walking out of a strip club with an AK and just blasting that shit into the sky. And like just coke, just like one dude, like his part of the video was literally just like him just like snorting coke off a girl. And I was like, hold on, what was more incriminating than that?
Yeah.
Because you must have seen some shit if that was like
exactly.
the least incriminating thing. But what he does every now and then, which is kind of one thing. So my Instagram kind of changed, and I took it from John Cena and Sparkmaster Tape. Because John Cena doesn't explain anything.
No, he doesn't. And it's funny
it's
as
fucking
hell.
awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Because now what I do is I'll just post something. And like I get people asking me, like, yo, what does this mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you tell me.
Exactly.
And so, but Spark, what he'll do that's crazy is like, he'll just go off and he'll just post all these pictures of people doing things in his merch. And it'll be like, there was one guy who was just popping wheelies down a freeway on a sport bike.
That's what I want to do. Like, not pop wheelies on a sport bike, but like, I want to make a lot of visuals.
Yeah.
And I want to make this mime like a character.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing, because I don't even know who... The fact that in every video, you don't even know who Sparkmaster Tape is.
Yeah. And
like, I kind of have an idea, but like, he did an interview with Noisy, and he's like, yo, I do this for all the gutter out there. And I was like, okay, everybody says that. And he's like, I do this for the people who wear their dead friend's t-shirt as a mask. And I was like,
oh shit.
Mask up. That's what he says.
Yeah.
Mask up with 2 Ks. He's like, yo, everybody mask up. And it's crazy because like the stuff that he's super conscious at the same time. So he had the opening to one of his albums, he said, he starts really quiet and like really meditative almost. And, he says, my homies got cancer, my passport got canceled, but till I die, bitch, I'm still Spark Master. And I was like, that's fucking
okay.
hell. That's when I like completely flipped and I was like, yo, Spark Master's my dude.
Okay.
Because like when I heard that, because like a lot of his stuff, but it felt like Grand Theft Auto type shit. It felt like if you made a character in Grand Theft Auto and all your friends were in it, that's what they would do, is they'd see this video and they'd be like, that's him. And so this idea that I had luxury was kind of that, but it was like, it was that and like a little bit of how Saints Row 2, they're like, we want to make a video game about a rap video. Mm-hmm. And so I was thinking about it, I was like, if I was going to be a character in a movie, what character would I be? Because I love crime movies. I love movies like Snatch and like, you know, like the old Ocean's movies and like heist movies. I love shit like that. And I was like, yo, what would be cooler? And I was listening to a lot of like electronica, and my favorite like audio aesthetic is probably a woman singing like electronic music.
Okay.
And I actually, the first girl that, like, if you want to call it, like, the first girl that I was, like, really, like, into, like, I'm a Pisces, so I'll say fall in love. But the first girl I was, like, really, really in love with had, like, this beautiful voice. But it was, like, beautiful to me because it was, like, this really smoky, kind of like a darker Lana Del Rey.
Oh, there's nothing darker than Lana Del Rey.
That's what I'm saying. But, like, just the tone of her voice was a little bit, like...
Yeah.
You know how Lana Del Rey can get, like, a little airy?
Yeah, yep.
She was, like... This was, like, something where it was, like...
She like FKA Twigs?
Something like that.
Okay.
It was, like, a little bit of FKA Twigs, a little bit of Lana Del Rey, and a little bit of, like... Kind of how Scarlett Johansson talks. When she's not doing that really weird New York accent that
very
she did in
raspy.
Don John. Yeah, but,
okay.
like, still, like... I was like, holy... And, like, this is when I was first, like, really getting serious about writing hip-hop. I was like... And it hit me one day, like, when we were trying to get back together, it hit me. I was like, holy shit, her voice would be amazing. And I was listening to...
she kind of like Amy Winehouse?
Not quite as much like body as that.
I'm not going to say not as much soul, but...
Not as much soul.
Okay.
Because Amy Winehouse was like...
Yeah, she had a voice on her, bro.
Right.
She had a voice.
But kind of how when she talks, when she's just like in like just interviews.
Okay,
like,
yeah, I got you.
So, and I was listening to a lot of churches. I love churches. I was listening to a lot of Terra Jr., who I'm a huge fan of. I've been a huge fan of Terra Jr. for a while. And I was listening to a lot of Fantagram. Because Fantagram is an electronic group who made an album with Big Boy. And it's fucking fire. It's called Big Grams. Because of course it is, you know?
Yeah.
And her voice, so you had Big Boy that was like rapping.
Yeah.
And her voice on the hook was like this like seductive, like if a chick was a criminal, that was her voice.
Okay.
Like in movies when you see the chick who's like bout it, like that's what she would sound like. And I was like, holy shit, can you imagine like a poppy, punky, rap electronic sound that's just straight up visual, like. And so I couldn't figure out what to do because as a musician, I don't really like. I tried rapping, like just writing, like just straight up like hip hop, like yo, fuck these bitches, couldn't write it.
I can't either. When I was writing, I couldn't do that.
It's hard. Like for me, I just can't do it.
Yeah, like work. Me, I just go straight in my depressed bag.
But here's what I was thinking: I'm either super my depressed bag, or I'm super my political bag.
Okay.
And so it hit me. I was like, what kind of music?
I've made some political shit before.
Okay, it works easier than.
Yeah, like I wrote like a whole verse when that guy killed all those people at that gay club.
Yeah, I actually just writing a part of it.
I wrote like a big ass verse to that, like a whole song basically.
Really?
About that, yeah.
We have to talk about that because I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, for sure. It was. I mean, it sounds kind of like I wrote it literally in 5 minutes because I was just like really enraged at what happened.
Yeah.
And like I just was going off on it, but like I try and find it in my notes.
Here's the thing: though, 4 years later, revisiting that and sharpening up what we need to sharpen might actually be really good.
Yeah.
You know,
that's true.
But I was like, what? And then it hit me. I was like, what kind of music would I listen to? Because I was watching the video for No Church in the Wild, which, fuck, dude, just the whole video is insane.
Facts.
And I was watching. I was actually supposed to be at this. Because I was getting more politically active, and I went to one protest for internet rights because I think those are super important. But I was supposed to be at the protest for against Donald Trump, the one that was out here.
The crazy one?
Yeah, I was supposed to be at that. But I got off work like 20 minutes late. And so they had already blocked everything off.
Yeah.
When I was supposed to be like, I had the Sparkmaster tape, I had a mask in my car. Like, oh shit. I was supposed to be there. And I was like, it hit me. I was like, what kind of shit would I play if I was going to overthrow the government? And that's kind of what the aesthetic that I want to take with this part of the music.
Hell yeah.
Vic Mensa. Like, imagine if, like, Vic Mensa and, like...
Public Enemy.
And, System of a Down and Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
If they were
Those are all crazy influences, too.
Yeah. Like, imagine...
I fuck with that.
Imagine if they were all, like, yo, we're here and we're, like, really serious.
Yeah.
Imagine how that would sound. Because to me, like, actually, that's another group, the Fever 333, They're another group. They don't call their concerts. They call them, was it movements? No, fuck. What do they call? They call them, it's like expressions. It's a dope aesthetic. It's a super fucking dope aesthetic. But they have a name for their, like, it sounds borderline like, yo, am I actually going to go fucking, like, just tear down a Confederate flag statue today? Like, is that the plan? And I cannot remember what they fucking call them. Shit. Yeah, I don't remember. Fuck. I follow. Oh, they don't have any. Oh, they don't have anything on Instagram. That's interesting. You know what that means if a band doesn't have anything on Instagram, man?
What do you mean?
If a band like deletes their Instagram?
Oh.
They're coming out with some shit.
Oh yeah.
But I forgot what they call it. Maybe I can find it here.
Wait, what are you trying to look for right now?
No, they have a different name that they call. They don't call their concerts. They call them like gatherings or something.
Gatherings.
Like
That's some cult shit right there.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Speaking of cults, I saw Midsummer the other day.
How's that? Demonstrations. That's what they call them.
Demonstrations?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, demonstrations. So it's like, hey, thank you to everybody who came out to the demonstration and
to the demonstration. That's wild.
How fucking dope is that?
That's dope as fuck.
Well, that kind of influenced me too, because like if you look at starvingartist.com, my website was called, or my articles are called expressions, my events are called movements, and I have a forum called the Commune. Because I really want to get like that, like kind of hippie kind of.
Yeah. I got you.
Like, let's do this. I was gonna call the podcast Voices.
That's fucking dope. You should call it Voices.
Yeah. I think I'm working on like the pages and stuff right now, but yeah, just call them podcast Voices.
Hell yeah.
I wonder if I can change. I might change the at large and just call it Voices. Anyway, but no, you saw Midsummer?
Yeah.
How was it? I haven't watched it yet.
Very strange. It didn't make sense at the end because
I'm a horror movie bitch. I have no plan on watching. You can go ahead and spoil it.
No, it's not that. I'm not trying to like say, I can't spoil it. It's just at the beginning the family dies because the sister, I don't even understand what the sister did. She, did carbon, she turned on both the cars in the garage, carbon monoxide poisoning to the parents. And she had something tied up to her face. Maybe I didn't catch something, but I don't understand what was going on in her head. So her sister goes to Switzerland or where is it? Sweden.
Here's why I don't like that movie from you, because I want to go to Sweden during Midsummer. Yeah. And now we're both going to be terrified to go.
No, I'm not terrified. I'm just not going to go.
Next year then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, she goes to, like, this commune or whatever, and it's just weird. Like, the ending didn't even explain, like, why the sister did what she did. So the movie started out like that, and then it just doesn't explain anything from the beginning.
That's what I heard, that they just kind of, like, do it.
But it was a good movie. All in all, I liked it. It was a good movie. It's just, that part didn't make any sense to me.
So, I didn't watch it because, again, horror movie bitch, but...
I love horror movies.
Yeah, no, that's... no.
I get it. It's not your bag. I understand.
But...
I like slashers more than anything. Like, Michael Myers,
13.
Freddy Krueger, and, like... It's just funny. Like, it's fun to me.
There
like,
is a lot.
Michael Myers, like, is my favorite.
Watching horror movies from a black perspective is hilarious because, like, I saw The Conjuring when I was in the Army. Just, they had it on.
That movie's was scary at the time.
There's a noose in the house, and as a black dude, I'm immediately leaving. That's why it's hard to watch, like, a bunch of horror movies. Cause, like, I
shouldn't laugh at that, but it's just, like, the way you delivered that.
I'm sitting there watching this movie, and they're like, yeah, we bought a house that's been vacant since the 70s out in Vermont. I'm like, yeah, that's a white person thing to do.
It is. Very hipster. Very hipster thing to do.
She's like, yeah, we just thought it'd be good to raise our kids, away from the noise of the city. I'm like,
yeah, this place is haunted.
Yo, this house hasn't been lived in since 1973.
Except for the fucking demons inside. Yeah. Fuck that.
Like, because and that was kind of my idea. And actually, that's a hilarious video. They're like, what's really scary to black people? RDC World did that. But I was like, if a black dude does, like, most horror movies, it's like 10 seconds. It's like, yo, man, hey, that guy has a sign that says turn around. What are you going to do? Turn my ass around.
Yeah. That's me.
Yeah.
I would not go towards whatever that is.
Should we go investigate? No.
No, we shouldn't. We should leave. We should go back home.
Yeah. I love how in horror movies, those are always the first people to die. They're like just sitting in the car. They're like, no. Well, one of you bitches got the keys.
Yeah, and then they end up getting killed. Like, what the fuck, man?
I didn't want to come to this abandoned graveyard. They told me we were going out.
If the graveyard is abandoned, get out.
If anything's abandoned. I mean, okay. Unless you're just going to like... Okay, that's how you make a horror movie. For like for the city. It's like, yo, this haunted building that like nobody's ever actually like tagged it. Because something crazy always happens every time they tag it. Something like that. You'd have to do something like that.
That'd be a good fucking idea.
Actually, no. The more I think about that, it's actually fire.
That's a good ass idea. Yeah.
Shit, that actually might work. My brother wants to be a screenwriter. I'll just let him know, like, hey, imagine a horror movie where, like, something, like, maybe supernatural, but probably not, happens every time they try to tag this, like...
It's a good idea.
Like, this guy's tagged.
That'd be a good short film.
Yeah, it'd be a really good short film. You remember Maniac by Kid Cudi?
Yeah.
And Shia LaBeouf for some reason?
Yeah.
That threw me off.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, it just reminded me. Yo, I saw the saddest fucking short film that... This is when I stopped being a Chance the Rapper fan, one of the things. He made a...
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Happy?
Yeah, Mr. Happy was
Holy
fucked
shit.
up. That was a fucked up ass thing.
It was.
Or like, that whole thing reminds me of the beginning of Joker, where he's like making himself smile.
So my brother asked me why I didn't watch Joker, and like
I have it if you want to borrow it.
No, here's the thing, bro. So recently I've been feeling like kind of weird. So a bunch of like sad-ish shows are kind of my shit, like Preacher, BoJack Horseman.
BoJack is dark.
BoJack's super dark. And I was talking to my brother. I can't watch that right now.
Oh, I understand that.
I don't know why though, because like I'm okay.
No, I get it. You're just not trying to be brought down because it's negative. Yeah, it's
I
negative.
guess. I think that might be it.
Yeah, it's negative.
Because like it's not like I'm like really bad. I'm just kind of like just something.
You're trying to stay on this good wave.
Yeah. I guess so. I think that might be it.
Yeah.
Because like even then like, yeah, I guess that might be it.
Yeah.
Because like the only like really violent I watched Drive. Drive was kind of sad. Drive was pretty sad. But like unless it's like an action movie that happens to be sad, like I'm not going out of my way to watch like when I was in LA, they were showing Parasite. And I really thought about watching it. And I was like...
I don't even know what it's about.
It's actually a super cool idea. This family basically becomes a parasite onto another family, latching onto like their money and shit like that. I'm super underselling it. But from what I understand, because I haven't watched it quite yet, but it's like basically about a family taking over a family's life really slowly. So it's not like a horror movie. Like, which I was like, okay, that sounds kind of dope actually. But I was like, I'm not sure if I can handle this right now. I'm so not trying to be sad in LA when this whole, and this is before the Corona thing really popped off. So I was like, I'm not trying to be sad.
Dude, it was like literally a week before everything popped off. Yeah, I remember.
So I'm like, I'm not trying to be sad when it's already raining outside. It's already just me in this Airbnb.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to do all that. It just didn't seem like a smart move.
No, it's not.
I was like, I'll pass.
And you're not even like a horror guy, so...
Yeah, so I was like, yeah.
I got you. No, I mean, Joker's not a horror movie at all.
That movie fucked me up. Have you seen Nightcrawler?
No.
Oh, dude. Jake Gyllenhaal plays... Hey, shout out to the ex-girlfriend who I kind of trashed earlier on here because we saw a lot of good movies together because she liked movies.
Okay.
Just in general. But, now Jake Gyllenhaal plays this, like, super awkward guy. You watch Jake Gyllenhaal in that movie, or Gyllenhaal, or whatever the fuck his name is. You watch him in that movie, you'll think he should have been Joker. Because, like, he starts out as this guy who's, like, stealing copper wire from junkyards. And he finds out that you can make a ton of money selling disaster footage to TV companies. Like, because I didn't know that's how they did that. So, apparently, there's, like, this whole, like, culture where all they do is, like, basically ambulance chasers, but they go to like where police scanners have like fucked up shit, and they'll be the first ones on the scene, and they'll sell the footage to like news outlets. And so that's what the whole fucking movie's about.
That's morbid.
It's super morbid. So that's what the whole fucking movie's about.
Holy shit.
It's really good, but like the thing that it does really well is that the whole movie seems like just left.
Is it more of a thriller than a horror movie?
It's a thriller.
Okay,
for
sure.
Yeah. Check it out, though.
I will. Is it on Netflix or whatever?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay, I'll check it out.
I saw it on Redbox because I didn't have...
I could probably find it on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I started watching The Sopranos. Of course, right?
Yeah, how you liking it?
It's going pretty slow, but it's getting there.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah. I like it so far. It's really unrealistic because if it goes how it goes in the show, like he'd be dead by now and the psychiatrist would be dead too. They found out he went to a psychiatrist.
Yeah, isn't he talking to a psychiatrist?
Yeah, he talks to a psychiatrist. So think about it. Someone in the mob, they don't know what this guy's telling the psychiatrist, so he could be telling them anything to incriminate them, you know? So he would end up dead no matter what rank he was in. He would have ended up dead.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I know way too much about mobs. Like the La Cosa Nostra. Like the Italian mafia and everything.
I thought about using La Cosa Nostra in a bar one time. And I was like... Kendrick Lamar made it sound dope because he said something about his West Coast Nostra.
Yeah.
Like, that's dope. And so I was going to flip it into Cornell West Coast Nostra because Cornell West is a black professor at like Yale. And I was like, yo, and I'm from the West Coast, the Cornell West Coast Nostra. I was like, just a gang of really smart black people. And I was like, I've really got to think about that bar before I use that.
Yeah.
Like, I've had that just like in the chamber for like 5 years. I'm just like...
Just use it. Who gives a fuck?
I don't know how. That's the problem. I have no idea what to rhyme Costa Nostra with. Because I wanted to flip it into Cornell West Costa Nostra Damus.
Okay, I mean, you could do that.
And I was like, that's a lot of syllables.
There's way too many syllables.
That's a lot of syllables.
Imagine performing that.
I think I was going to flip it in Cornell West Costa Nostra. Cornell West Coast.
See?
Costa Nostra Damus, and then something about timeless.
Yeah.
And then just say with
Sounds
an accent,
right.
like how RZA got through most of his career. Yo, shout out to everybody from New York who makes shit rhyme that doesn't rhyme just because they have an accent.
Because they have an accent, exactly. Even people from the South do that. People from the
for sure, yeah.
Rappers from the South, Midwest, everywhere, like anywhere.
Midwest tries, and every now and then somebody will get it off. Hey, shout out to Kanye West for making me think apologen was a word for like 8 years.
Apologen?
Yeah, I never caught it.
Apologing? No, it's not.
Right, see? I know.
I just thought about it. Holy shit.
Because it's apologizing.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's like, don't ever fix your lips up like collagen or do something where you gotta end up apologizing. And like, we just let that shit go.
Yeah, we're like, alright, this is dope. I fuck with this, Kanye. Yes, let's do this.
I was like, oh shit. Because I was re-listening to it. I was like, apologen.
Dude, I listened to
Graduation.
Graduation.
When did this album come out? Like,
I listened to Graduation and Yeezus today. Don't regret it.
No, of course not.
Very good album.
I was telling you when I was eating, I missed the days when the thing I was maddest about Kanye West was not putting 103,000 on an actual verse.
Yeah, I was kind of pissed about that. Because I heard his voice and I was like, holy shit, this is about to be crazy. And then that was it.
I'm not sure what I'm madder about though. Like, Travis Scott nailed it because he put him on was it Way Back?
Yeah, I think it was Way Back.
And then Kid Cudi had him on a
Pain Passion. He had him on two songs.
Like 2 songs, I think.
2 songs on there.
But Frank Ocean gave him a whole ass song.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have loved to hear. Well, no, Frank Ocean had a Pink Matter with him and Big Boy. So no, Frank gets a pass. Yeah, Kanye, what the fuck are you doing?
Exactly. I wish he had a verse on that song.
You know what song I heard the other day? It was Devin the Dude, Snoop Dogg, and Andre 3000. Yeah.
That's a good mix.
Oh, you know what I did? My brother had a challenge. So my brother doesn't listen to a ton of music, but he listens to a couple artists. And he listens to Childish Gambino and Atmosphere, like primarily.
Yeah.
And he's like, I bet you can't make a playlist that directly connects them. And so I was like, okay, cool. But here's the challenge. You have to take 2 different artists and you have to find something. You have to have a direct line.
Uh-huh.
So my direct line that I prefer, because it's the one that's the most fun challenge, is features. So what I did was Childish Gambino took me to Chance the Rapper. Chance the Rapper took me to Kanye West because I just did features. So it was Chance the Rapper featuring Kanye West. Kanye West featuring Lupe Fiasco. Lupe Fiasco featuring Nicki Jean, I think her name is. Nicki Jean featuring Fashawn. Fashawn featuring Evidence. Evidence featuring Atmosphere.
The fuck?
Yeah.
That's a crazy lineage.
So, I kind of want to do that with I love Dilated Peoples. I love Evidence. But it was crazy because like Dilated Peoples made a song with Kanye West in like 2004, like right before Kanye blew the fuck up. And that's one of my things I was writing. I was like, damn,
I love that song, by the way.
It's a fire song. But I was like, man, can you imagine what kind of person Kanye would be like if he was like Dilated Peoples, GLC, Consequence?
Yep.
Like his artistry. I kind of think on one hand his artistry doesn't transcend hip hop like it does. But which I'm actually like, I think that his art, I think he always wanted to go beyond hip hop, first of all.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because like, I would just love to hear like Evidence and Bon Iver on a song.
Okay. Or
like Rocka Outer Science, or like Lupe Fiasco. That I actually wrote an article about that I'm really surprised didn't get more traction. It was Kanye West and how he abandoned Chicago. Because when you look at who he had signed to him at one time, holy shit. Tribe Called Quest, Common, Lupe Fiasco, Pusha T.
Okay.
Consequence, GLC. And here's the thing. I did get a little bit speculative with it, but like Lupe Fiasco wanted to make a group called All City Chess Club, which would have been J. Cole, Wale, Asher Roth, Cool Kids, Charles Hamilton, Diggy Simmons, Run Sun, Blue, and Pharrell.
It's a lot of fucking people.
It's a lot of people. Because he wanted it to be like Wu-Tang, basically.
Yeah.
Like, everybody just kind of does what they want. And he also wanted a group with Kanye called Child Rebel Soldier, which was him, Kanye, and Pharrell. And I'm thinking about this. I was like, can you imagine what Chicago would be like
if that happened?
Signed these rap? Because I think that's how you talked to King Louis that one day.
Yeah.
Because I was like, damn, can you imagine if all these rappers Kanye shouted out he signed?
Oh, man.
Good music would be insane.
And King Louis is really underrated.
King Louis, Chief Keef, Lupe Fiasco, Common.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yes.
Well, wasn't Common signed to Good Music at some point?
And yeah, he was. Yeah. That's the thing. When you look at who is signed to Good Music now, it's like seriously Pusha and who else? Oh, 7 Shake. I'm not gonna do that to her. But that's not.
Who else?
That's not Lupe.
Why can't I not think of his name right now? The guy who did Panda. Why can't I think of his name?
Oh, Designer?
Designer. Jesus.
I fuck with Designer too.
I fuck with Designer. He makes some good music.
Yeah. But like,
I just couldn't think of his name. I don't know
when
why.
you think of all these people that he could have had signed, if he just... Here's my thing. If he only signed the Chicago artists that he was talking about.
Yeah.
If he only signed them, I think that changes a lot.
Yep.
If you have... Especially like Chief Keef with Kanye West production... Because we heard Kanye...
Hold My Liquor.
We heard Kanye get into his drill bag later.
Yeah.
Imagine if you put fucking Chief Keef on literally anything off Yeezus.
He did.
No, like his harder shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like Black Skinheads. Yeah.
Chief Keef on that, or Chief Keef on I'm In It.
Dog.
Oh, shit. That would have been crazy.
Kanye West featuring... And like, here's the thing. When I was listening to Good Fridays, there's so many fucking joints in there that I'm like, this would have been good music.
Yep.
Good music would have had Big Sean, Kid Cudi, Lupe Fiasco. Like, you hit every genre. Hey, do you like weird, nerdy rappers? Bam, here's Lupe Fiasco and Kid Cudi. Mm-hmm. Yo, do you like hardcore, straight from the gutter shit? Here's Chief Keef, King Louis, Pusha T. Yo, do you like kind of poppy rap sound? Here's Kanye West and Big Sean.
Yep.
Like, yo, are you an old school fan? Here's Common and Tribe.
Yep.
Good music becomes a new Def Jam if that happens, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who beats that. It's kind of like when Eminem had Shady and G-Unit and Slaughterhouse. How the fuck do you fuck that up?
He didn't know what he was doing.
On that tip,
I'm not even.
I don't hate artists.
I'm not gonna.
Stuff like that.
I'm not gonna put the blame on him at all.
No.
It's not M's fault if the artist didn't want to do it.
I kind of wonder too how much power somebody like Eminem has, because like, okay, you sign these guys, but then what? Like, I also want to know what people were expecting, because I kind of expect an active rapper to be an active rapper. I don't expect you to show up on the albums being worked on.
Yeah,
I don't. And I'm not saying like Eminem's like a shit, like, oh, he's a shit executive. I feel that most people are not good at being like executives. Like, full stop. I feel like for most people struggle with like knowing how to do things with certain talent. Because like, let's take Shady for example. How they had holy fuck. Can you imagine Shady with Slaughterhouse, G Unit, Griselda, and D12?
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's a squad.
Yeah.
So, just like imagining that, that's like what? So D12 is 6 people, 5 people, not counting Eminem. Slaughterhouse is 4. So that's 9 right there. Then G Unit was like what? 4 people on his own.
Sometimes I mean, if you don't count Young Buck, it's just 3 of them.
It was 50 Cent, Tony Yayo, Lloyd Banks,
and it was Young Buck.
Was it, how much was he in there?
He was in there. He was in there from the beginning.
Yeah, so that's 13 people, and then you have Griselda. That's another 3. So 16 people. That's 16 different personalities you gotta work with. So like, I kind of get that.
16 different paychecks.
I'm sorry, that's not fair.
16 different paychecks, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, shit. That I think that's the biggest part. But I'm sorry. I don't kind of get that. I completely understand why you couldn't land that. And I think some people kind of did. Like, I think Dr. Dre kind of did. Holy shit, because Dr. Dre had an album signed.
Yep.
But, like, I think Dr. Dre did. But I think Dr. Dre is kind of like Diddy in the sense of, like, and T.I. in the sense, like, they were used to working with groups. Mm-hmm. Especially Dr. Dre. Because, like, he was the guy who made the beats for everybody else.
Yep.
Like, DJ Yella did the scratch. But Dr. Dre made the beats for everybody, so he kind of had to, pick and choose because he was the producer. I think didn't Diddy start out that same way? I don't know how Diddy started. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know either. I'm not gonna get into it because I don't know.
I have no idea. But like, I feel like T.I. is kind of like the Southern.
All I know is he was Andre Harrell's assistant. That's all I know.
So was he never like music, but was he like around music, but he was more the business side guy? That would make a lot of sense.
I think he's just both, but he's more of business.
Yeah, that makes sense. He kind of seems like, not the anti-Jay-Z, that's not fair, but like, because that's not the word I want to use, it's not anti, but like, Jay-Z and Diddy seem like, one dude seems like he went to business from music, and the other guy seems like he went to music from business. Okay. Like, and I'm not saying either one's bad, I'm not doing all that, but I just feel like Diddy is more of like, Diddy seems like a guy who studied business, and then all of his friends were rappers, and Jay-Z seemed like the guy who was a rapper, and all of his friends were telling him to go into business. Mm-hmm. Kind of like LeBron James is kind of one of those guys too, where I feel like when LeBron James, the athlete's gonna be nuts, or the businessman's gonna be nuts.
Once he retires, yeah.
Oh yeah, bro. I was playing 2K last night, 2K20, and usually the 2K stories, I'm just like, and hold A until the next game. Yeah. This one's actually fucking good.
No, it is.
I just started. And of course, I had to make my guy from Chicago. Yo, 6'6" facilitating finisher.
Of course.
I got another one who's cooking right now. 7 foot tall, power forward. Who's a post playmaker. Uh-huh. So like I put all of his like attributes in post. Like all the, that little like bar, like the little pie chart that they have. That's like, okay, where's your focus? But I put fucking all of his attribute points and everything but defense. Holy shit. Yo, a 7 foot, 250 pound player who's like hitting you with like post fades. Yeah. And then blocking your shot is nuts.
That is nuts.
Because I just pumped up his
Especially on 2K, yeah.
I pumped up his Intimidator badge to Hall of Fame. And I was just testing him. You know how you test him, like, oh, I'm going to test his ass on 99. Yeah. And so I'm just fucking with it. That Intimidator badge is insane. Really? I was playing on the Rockets because I wanted to see what how a big would fit, like how this big would fit. I played center growing up. Yeah. But I realize I'm more of a point guard now because I'm not that tall in a basketball sense. Yeah. Like, I'm tall, but, like, if you look at a basketball player, I'm like a point guard. So, I just built a big ass point guard because I was like, damn, 6'6". No one I thought. I was watching old T-Mac videos.
Oh shit.
And I was like, damn, can you imagine if this dude was a point guard in today's NBA?
Oh dude.
Holy
that would have been wild.
Bro, even if because he was a decent passer.
Yeah, he was.
Can you imagine if T-Mac was out here like 20.6 assists a game?
That'd be wild.
Dog, so
yeah,
I was like,
he would. Yeah, he would change the game for sure.
Because Lonzo, like, I like Lonzo. Lonzo's the closest thing you can kind of get to that. But I was like, no, I want a score first guy playing point. A guy who's like, yo, I'm gonna cut and dunk on you, and the only reason I'm passing is because there's a guy open in the corner.
Russell Westbrook.
But 6'6".
Oh, okay, yeah, I got you.
Can you imagine if Russ was 6'6"?
Oh, that'd be scary.
Russ would be a freak of nature.
Yeah, exactly.
6'6". So that was my thought. That was my train of thought. And like and so I was like, damn, like this would be nuts. And yo, I bumped up. So I got like all the VC deals that they gave you, like for just like I have Xbox Game Pass, so they gave me a bunch of deals.
Yeah.
And they actually have it for free on Game Pass. I bought it for like $20 because they gave me like an extra 15,000. Or no, they gave me an extra 30,000 VC if I had 2K19. So I just bought that, and I'll be using that on my other player. But holy shit, dude! Like, you ever play with a guy like, in even like the lowest level of my player, you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Last time I did that, it was 2K19, and I had a 6'6", shot creating playmaker point guard. Bro,
what the fuck?
And my brother bought me like 100,000 VC for Christmas.
Oh shit!
So off rip, like right after the first game, I just pumped all of his stats up to 87. Yeah. Holy shit!
Fuck, that's wild, dude. That's funny as hell.
Dog, when your point guard is putting down like 360s and behind the backs.
Yeah, that's wild as fuck. That's funny.
I remember my brother was watching me one time play. And he's like, I don't remember you being that tall. Because I made me in the game. Yeah. I just made another version of me because I had no plans on getting 2K20. I made another version of me that's closer to how I play. So it's like slashing defender because that's basically how I play. Or it is, yeah, because I'm a defender first mostly. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. Yeah, this is pretty much how I play. And then I went back to that 6'6" shot creating playmaker. And I'm like, oh, this is a cheat code. Because like at a low level, his 3-point shooting is already 74. So I'm like, oh, done.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it was just crazy though, but yeah, I've been fucking with that LeBron. Like, I can't wait to see because I think he's gonna be similar to Jordan, how like Jordan the businessman, except he's gonna be a lot more like people person. A lot more.
True.
Because Jordan, my favorite Michael Jordan story of all time, and today actually was
fuck them kids.
That's it.
It's not true though. It never happened.
No, the actual okay. Here's my favorite Jordan story. The camp happened.
Yeah, but he didn't say fuck them kids.
No, he thought it.
He definitely thought it. Yeah.
So here's my favorite Jordan story for you guys who aren't aware because this is a podcast. Chris Paul has a basketball camp, and Chris Paul's from North Carolina, like born and raised in North Carolina. Michael Jordan, and he's a Jordan athlete. So Michael Jordan shows up to this camp, and Chris Paul says, "Hey, 10 shots." Basically around the world. He's like, 10 shots. If you miss one shot, every kid here goes home with a free pair of Jordans. There's a decent amount of kids in the camp.
There's a lot of kids in those camps.
How many kids do you think were there? Because they're all younger kids.
Like 200 at least?
There had to have been 200 kids.
Yeah.
So Michael Jordan's laughing. And he makes the first, 5 shots. Light work. And I think it was like a mid-range jumper, elbow jumper, free throw, elbow jumper, mid-range. And so those were his first 5.
Yep.
And CP3 is getting in his face, putting his hand up in his face. And Jordan goes out to the 3-point line and just drains every single shot. And of all the stories I've heard about Michael Jordan, punching Steve Kerr during practice for not going hard enough. I just read a story today where he went into the Houston Rockets locker room. Or Houston Rockets? Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah.
Went to the Atlanta Hawks locker room. Went up to the dude who was playing his same position. Shook his hand, looked him in the eye, and he said, "I'm going to bust your ass tonight." And he scored 60.
Shit.
Like, what the
No, did you hear, he said after people watch this documentary, they're not going to like him.
No! If you are a Bulls fan, you know Michael Jordan's a shitty person.
Yeah.
Like, we already
not
know
a shitty
he's
person.
a shitty person.
He was just a really...
No, he's
good,
an asshole.
He was a good trash talker.
And, like, he's legit an asshole. Like, he doesn't... Like, there's, like, I know this is not a political podcast. He's, like... He donated to private prisons.
Yeah.
Like, when he was an owner, everybody was like, oh, shit, during this lockout... Maybe people are gonna. Maybe Michael Jordan help us. He's one of the few player owners.
Yeah.
He was like, nah, fuck you.
Yep.
He's like, I'm an owner. I bought my money.
Yep.
And so like we know that Michael Jordan's like kind of a shitty person. But we're all like, 6 championships didn't kill anybody. We're cool,
exactly.
you know. And so like, I actually read a crazy, and we'll finish out on this one because we'll finish out on this one. I heard a story because I want to hear your thoughts, just your immediate reaction. There's a theory that the reason why Michael Jordan retired from basketball for only like 18 months is because he had racked up so many gambling debts that the mafia was coming after him and the FBI was investigating him. And so David Stern said, listen, if you retire, I don't have to suspend you. They're thinking that when his dad got killed, it was a mob hit.
Damn, that's a crazy conspiracy.
That's a crazy conspiracy.
I don't believe it.
Jordan was definitely a gambler because he was for sure... he played against the Knicks. Fuck the Knicks. He played against the Knicks.
Fuck the Knicks. I'm not a Knicks
And
fan.
he was, during the playoffs, like during the Eastern Conference Finals, and he was flying to Atlantic City to gamble and flying back at 5 in the morning and going to practice.
Yep.
Like, we all knew he was a gambler.
Yeah, bro. He was a gambler.
Like
he doesn't need to be a gambler now.
He doesn't.
He makes way more money now.
Apparently, he still gambles on, like, his own golf games. Like, when people are like, hey, do you ever think Jordan bet on basketball? Yes.
Yes, of course he
did. Do you think Jordan bet on his own team? Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think that Jordan bet on his own team to lose? Absolutely not. No.
Yeah, exactly.
You heard the theory that the flu game wasn't a flu, it was a hangover?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
That's fucking hilarious.
I believe it. I believe that.
I believe the food poisoning one more.
Yeah, probably was food poisoning.
Yeah, I believe the food poisoning
or,
one more.
I don't know, hangover, food poisoning, same concept in my opinion.
Yeah.
They probably both feel really shitty.
I don't put it past any Jazz fan to try poison Michael Jordan.
Yeah, exactly.
To be honest. Like, I just don't.
Yeah.
But, like, Michael Jordan is, like, the epitome of the guys that's, like, when I look at him, I know he's not, like, a role model at all. Like, LeBron James is a far better role model than him.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant's a better role model.
Yep.
But fuck, you need a killer every now and then. Like,
yeah,
you need a Michael Jordan to balance out, like, literally the entire rest of the league.
Yep.
So, let's see. I gotta show you those Spark Master Tape videos. We'll watch that in a second.
Yes, sir.
You got anything?
Nah, man, that's it.
That ramen was fire, right?
Yeah, it was. That shit is smacks.
Yo, I'm so excited because I got the other half of it here. So, all right, man.
This
was Reminiscent Richi, the Moonchild.
The Moonchild in the building.
Oh, yo, dog. I legit think you should put that on one of your shirts. Something Moonchild.
Something with the moon?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
That'd be dope.
I got it. Thank you for that idea.
Yeah, it's just something.
I'm going to get my computer right now.
Hell yeah. That was Reminiscent Richi, the Moonchild. This is Braven, the grown-up kid. Hey, be on the lookout because I finally got that logo done.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. So, all right. Hey, thank you for listening. We out.
Peace.